Hey guys, this is Primeval, back with part 3 of my Shoshone playthrough. So, the popular choices from the comments as far as what you guys think I should do with my Liberty Finisher and the resulting Great Person. The frontrunners were selecting a Great Scientist and using him to settle a academy, and that would give me a nice boost, probably around 20% boost to our science. Other popular options included going for a great engineer and then trying to grab the Petra. And of course the Petra, if I could still build it, would be fantastic here. But Harry Cruson was right on the money, saying that the Petra has already been built. But I'm going to agree with Jigakio here, and I think that a Great Admiral would be best. Since we are on continents, there's still 4 AIs I have yet to meet, and going to meet them and the city-states on the other continent will be quite good as far as trading opportunities go. I might also end up being the first civ to meet all of the other civs, however, I'll also need printing press if I want to be the host for the first World Congress. And grabbing printing press first is highly unlikely. So I had us queued up to go towards machinery, but things are actually looking pretty peaceful now. The Zulus made peace with Babylon after a many-year-long war, and I'm not really seeing too much in the way of military buildup on Babylon's side, and they're still acting as a really good wall. Now, regardless of the victory I end up going for, I will need to claim a bunch of this land and possibly try to get this entire continent to myself, after which I might try to go for a cultural victory, and just since that's the new thing in Brave New World. But I think I can get away just a little longer without going hard military, in which case, rather than grabbing machinery, I feel like I have the freedom to run up towards education. Let's queue that up. Maybe we'll go through horseback riding first. Alright, so I think we just lost one of our city-state allies, but finishing off meritocracy will put us back into happiness, and we'll go and grab that Great Admiral. Probably going off to the right would be best, since that's closer to what appears to be the edge of our continent. Let's go send that Admiral off, and got this worker. We've improved most of the tiles over by Gashote, or Gashote-E, and we have the fish tile that we should be working. Could start rolling the food in now that our aqueduct is about to finish, and bring this worker back since we're about to hit guilds, and we can start tossing some trading posts into these jungle tiles. Can also throw up some more farms, and we're good. So there was also a comment about sending my Pathfinder to go and explore the region over by Genoa, because there definitely could be some ancient ruins back there, and so that's definitely a good idea that I probably would have missed out on, so thank you, Cuntoad. Let's send that guy over now. I also had a question about trade routes and why I chose to do whatever it is I did. I'm guessing it was a question about why I assigned the caravan over to Mbanza Congo, and that was to fulfill a city-state quest. And I really didn't miss out on too much, since the highest science I could get is just 2 science, and the highest gold I could get was 6. So I'm fine with missing out on 6 gold to gain 40 city-state influence. Well, that's 6 gold per turn, which is considerable. So perhaps with my next trade route, I'll have it going for the gold. But as a side note, if you guys do have a question about a particular action in the game, if you write the time in minutes and seconds, YouTube will actually let me go straight to that index in the video, and I can have a better look at what it is you're asking about. Alright, so the Iroquois and an unmet player have made a declaration of friendship. So the Iroquois are already out there meeting the other civs, or perhaps another civ has come to our continent. Someone's gone and entered the Renaissance era, which lets us recruit a spy, and Geneva is asking for a great musician. So currently the tech leader is the Iroquois. They're a good 11 techs ahead of us, so let's go and place our fresh spy into the Iroquois capital and hopefully steal some nice techs. So we just finished a cargo ship, and up next I think I'll want to build, okay, we're going to grab the fish tile in 7 turns, so the lighthouse should line up nicely with that, and that'll turn this into an excellent 4 food 1 hammer tile. Currently stagnating. Once we finish this farm, things should get a little better. If I want to get a little more food rolling, I can throw some gold over at Byblos, especially since they have the gold quest going. It also gives us some more happiness and a little more food. Definitely helps our plans to increase our population. Let's grab a shrine here, since I think I can hold off on military a little longer. And by the time I do make a move against either Babylon or even possibly the Iroquois, this catapult will be sorely out of date, so I think I'd rather save on the maintenance here. Okay, so we can establish a trade route. We can send 7 gold, or 7 food, over to Agatica, or we can go for 6 gold and 2 science, or 7 gold. I think 7 food is worth more than either of these options, especially since I have the happiness to accommodate the increasing population. So let's go with the 7 food here. And our capital is growing fairly slowly at the moment. I am working an unimproved hill. That's because I really want to make sure I finish the oracle as quickly as possible. However, if we shift over like that, it's still 2 turns. A little more food rolling in. We'll lock the sheep down, and we can lock that farm down for now. But I think I might want to go for the 7 food here as well. So we've got some nice time to new citizens going, and more citizens is always good, so long as our happiness cap can support them. So the general plan here is to get our economy and science rolling and hope that we won't need our military. Then once we have our universities up, to push towards artillery, and while we're doing that we can go and get a bunch of cannons online and then just pay to upgrade them. And with artillery we can push on Babylon, and then depending on how the chips fall, hopefully get the Zulu and the Iroquois to fight, and then maybe attack the Iroquois because they are getting quite strong. Continuing with the comments, P03 asks if it's possible to cancel trade routes before they expire naturally, so cancel them before 3 turns. I haven't, so I probably have as much experience with this game as many of you. I'm certainly not a beta tester or anything like that, but it doesn't look like there's any option for early cancellation of trade routes. Calvin Ball Pro asks if I can set up a trade route to the Iroquois, since I would probably get a lot of science out of them. As well, since they're so far away, I'd probably get a lot more gold. However, none of my potential trade routes currently have enough range to reach any of the Iroquois cities. Perhaps a little later. Alright, so I think that'll conclude the comment section for this episode. Let's get back into the game. We can see what's going on over by the Rock of Gibraltar. We should probably also get a navy going to protect our trade routes. So this is a pretty heavily traveled area of sea. I'm not too worried about getting a navy up right now, unless there's a barbarian encampment on this landmass to the north, and that's because almost every area of our continent has sight from someone, so there shouldn't be any barb camps spawning and then throwing out barbarian naval units. Now, when I do end up going to war, the trading routes will be in a little more danger, since there'll be all sorts of ships flying around, if not from my actual enemies, then from their city-state allies. So as we get closer to declaring war, I'll have to keep an eye on the ally status of definitely Byblos, Geneva, and Congo, but also Samarkand. Samarkand? Anyways, let's send that Pathfinder over to this island down here, and we'll send our admiral up, over, and around the Rock of Gibraltar, which was just the Rock of Gibraltar and this little mountain. So nowhere to settle up there, which is too bad. We could definitely use another good city location. Okay, so up next, I'll want to go and improve this hill. Go work on that farm, and we'll have guilds next turn, so we can slop a trading post up right here. And we've entered the medieval era, and we finished the Oracle. Awesome. Alright, so the next policy. Well, I'm thinking patronage, since we're allies with 2 civs and friends with 2 others. Maybe we'll pledge to protect Samarkand, and then fulfill that quest at some point. Genoa wants gold, Tyre wants truffles, great artist, the Oracle, excellent. So we'll get some influence with Buenos Aires. Yeah, I think we'll go patronage here, save ourselves some influence and some gold. Exploration might not be bad either, since there is going to be a naval component for us, and the production boost would be quite nice. A little happiness off of naval tradition as well. For now, aesthetics won't be very useful to us. Commerce might be okay. What's the gold output in our capital? Not so high at the moment. And let's go with patronage here. And that's guilds done. We're working on horseback riding and over towards education. I'm still feeling okay here. We are weakest on military, with the Iroquois having almost 3 times our military strength. Let's see if we can get them to go and fight the Zulu. So much for that. How about the Zulu? Unlikely, but nothing there. Other players: Clairvoyant, Nebuchadnezzar. Cotton and open borders. Well, I can afford the happiness hit. I do want to keep the other AI busy. However, I'd rather have the Iroquois fighting and then with the Zulu. I guess I could go and sick Shaka on the Babylonians, but they'll probably do that on their own, and I don't think I want to give up the cotton just now. So, up next, a market would be good. We definitely want to get our gold per turn rolling. We'll need the circus at some point. Let's go toss up a market for now, and getting the Writers Guild at some point would be good as well, since it does give us 2 great artist points. And if I do have an eventual plan of trying to go for a cultural victory, I'll definitely need some of those great works of art. So we just got access to the East India Company, but we'll need markets before we can build that. The East India Company is really nice in that it gives your trade routes a gold boost, both to yourself and to the AIs who will send their trade routes to that city, since it'll be a better gold deal for them. Now, this Pathfinder is still going for that nice long walk. We can get started on that trading post. That looks fine. As does this. Okay. Excellent. Now that we have food rolling, I'm not in a rush to finish that shrine. We can get some more food going on that excellent lighthouse enhanced fish tile. And we'll get started on that mine and start sending our admiral off to the east. So Buenos Aires recognized the oracle, now they want a great artist, and Mombasa wants silver. So let's see, 26 influence behind the Iroquois here, and Geneva, if we could throw a little more gold at them, we could get a bunch of faith rolling. We already have enough to spawn the Great Prophet, so we'll be able to enhance our religion soon. We just got some iron online, so we might want to go and sell that if people are still buying. First off, let's go see what he'll give me for this. 180 for 4. And that's excellent. Down to 2 iron. I could hang on to that, or we can see if Shaka wants some iron. Don't really need iron for anything. I'm not planning to go swordsman, and frigates are still a long way off for me. Okay, if we want to build the East India Company, we will need a market. So let's get that up. Oatha wants to renew our horse deal. And Shaka's gone and built Machu Picchu. It'll be nice if I can eventually grab that through conquest. Iroquois are an ally of Geneva. That's fine. I guess they just completed a quest for a road. Horseback riding. Hiawatha is plotting against Nebuchadnezzar. Interesting. And we've got our great prophet. Market done. Let's grab ourselves... Well, first off, let's enhance our religion. Let's see what we have left. As far as enhancers go, excellent. Religious texts is still available. I'm going to grab that. It looks like it's been nerfed just a bit, but it should still be quite good for us. And up next, if I had a few more cities with Tengrism already online, I might have gone for itinerant preachers, but I think at this point, for spreading my religion, religious texts is going to be better. Now, as for the follower belief, Feed the World is nice, gets a little more food growing, and we do have happiness to spare, especially since we haven't built all of our circuses, coliseums, etc. And it looks like that's the best option for us here. We'll go Feed the World, enhance religion, and that means back here I think I'd be happy. Well, an aqueduct rather than the temple, since I don't have Tengrism over at Timok yet. Speaking of which, I should also get aqueducts going in my other cities. Okay, so it's getting pretty crowded around here. We can go get that other iron online. We won't be able to work the tile, but we'll be able to sell the iron for the next little while at least. Especially since Babylon's probably pretty backwards as far as tech goes, given that they're stuck on so few cities, and their population is pretty paltry compared to what you would expect of a deity AI. Okay, so Zulu are protecting Buenos Aires. We're no longer friends with Mombasa, or at least we won't be in a turn or two. And Candia has grown. Yep, that's fine. Okay, let's get in there. So if the Iroquois are plotting against the Babylonians, then we're probably next. At least it looks like he's still on composites. He's got knights, which is a lot more than I have, and probably more than I can deal with. But there is still a lot of space in between us. I think we have time to go and get our universities online. But if I'm wrong, we'll be in for quite a difficult fight. Alright, so the aqueduct or a marketplace. Let's go marketplace first, and then I can get the East India Company rolling. Although, since I have all internal trade routes, and I'm actually liking the 7 food, or I guess it's 14 food between the 2 cargo ships, the East India Company isn't as large of a priority. Then again, getting my marketplaces up is all around a good idea, since it'll help our economy. So I'm feeling a little more subdued than usual. Hopefully it'll still make for some decent commentary and play. Let's see now. So there's this artistry guild that I want to get online at some point. There's also the aqueduct or a circus. Let's go grab an aqueduct while we can, and we can slow our growth in favor of a little more production. Like so. And does that speed anything up? Okay, we have an unemployed citizen. 6 turns, 4 turns, that's 2 turns. I still won't be saving the maximum amount of food, but I guess that's fine. Switch that over to manual specialist control. These guys here looks fine, and we are fine. So I guess I really should be explaining what I'm doing when I place my citizens and lock them down. Perhaps the next time we go to that screen I'll try to have a little more presence of mind for that. Looks like we found the other continent. I'm starting to see some coast tiles. And up next we can go maybe take down this forest, put up another farm, and is Gadia working that farm? It is. Okay, and the Zulu have taken back a protection of tire, and we've discovered gem poetry. How's our old friend doing on his textile? So the Iroquois are still building wonders, which means they're not aggressively pushing their military plans against the Babylonians. And what do we have here? So no ruins on the Genoan island yet. And here's India. And he's already friendly, so that's nice. Ooh, and of all the civs to get Lake Victoria, India is probably the most happy to have that, since they like getting their populations up and quickly. Although, I guess that's the case for all civs, but it does fit with their unique ability. And looks like we'll have to hop back into the water here. Delhi is at 15 pop versus the Iroquois at 20. That's surprising. Shaka's at 14, Babylon's at 11, meanwhile we're at 9. We can go and take this opportunity to slap up a trading post. General housekeeping stuff. There goes the Hemenji Castle. Religious guidance, and a new unit from the Congo. Don't think I need a spearman either. Let's go and delete that guy. Let's see. Do I want to build either of the guilds here? I'd probably want to go and build them in my capital, since I already have some great people points rolling from the Oracle, and I'll probably end up dropping the national epic there, so I probably want to concentrate all of my unique great people generating buildings where I'll have my national epic, just to get the most out of the plus 25% great people production. So I don't think I'll build either of the guilds over at Shoshone. Might be time to start pumping units here. Let's go and grab a Coliseum, actually. I think we can get away with that, since we are starting to use up our happiness. Genoa looks like they have an island to themselves. Still no great ruins, but definitely wasn't a guarantee to find those ancient ruins. We might be fully out. Alright, so open borders with Nebuchadnezzar. I could sell him open borders. And I might actually try to sell him some more of my strategic resources, the iron, maybe some horses, since he does have the gold at the moment. Huh. Doesn't want horses, eh? What about 2 horses? Doesn't want horses. Shaka. Cotton, horses. What will you give me for this? 2 gold per turn. Open borders. Well, I'd be happy to sell you 2 horses for 2 gold. And while we're at it, I could also sell you open borders for 2 gold? Not so much. Yeah, I could sell open borders with the Zulu for 1 gold per turn. But he's not interested, so that's fine. Now, there's a faith contest going. So far we have the lead on that. So I don't think we need to invest anything extra into grabbing Geneva to swing the faith race in our favor. We have both Geneva and Congo, so that will be good. Genoa and Byblos are asking for extra money. Tyre wants truffles. Are there truffles available? Huatha has 1 truffle. Perhaps when he has another online we can work out a favorable deal. Let's quickly check if we have any excess luxury resources. We don't. There's the aqueduct done. Let's go and work on the Artists Guild here. Down here we can go and grab ourselves either a temple or an amphitheater. Temple is probably the better move to go for first, although getting our Colosseums rolling makes a lot of sense as well. Okay, so Genoa is an island to itself. Got that mined out. And we can steal a tech. Alright, so civil service I'm about to finish, and theology is worth the most hammers and takes us towards education, so we'll go for that. Promotion, and the Iroquois are plotting against everyone. So, maybe, since he's already plotting, he'll be willing to go to war with the Zulu for not very much. Still not. How about the reverse? Okay, here's England.
We are pleased to meet you. Go ahead.
Pleased to meet us. Here's London at 16. And, alright. I swear I won't spy on you anymore, but that's because I've met some other neighbors who might be good options for spying. We've fulfilled our promise to the Babylonians about not expanding next to them. Hoath has entered the Renaissance. And we've discovered civil service. Alright, some mystery person is number 1 on tech. The largest city I know of is the Iroquois capital. But, so that we don't get them too angry, let's go and have a look at what's happening in Delhi. Okay, there's a market finished. We could go for the aqueduct, try to slow our growth down just a little. Huh. That's a really weird glitch. It's not showing me the tile yields. It's all off center anyways. Yeah, that's a really weird glitch. Anyways, all the tiles are still providing their goodness. Let's switch this over like that. And what we'll do is go and grab... Well, we'll work on the aqueduct even though it doesn't time out as perfectly as I might want. And if I remember later, I might shift some other buildings around. So there was also a question in the comments about building queuing and having excess hammers flow over. I don't think you actually need to micro that. I think every time you finish a project, regardless of whether you have something queued up, the hammers will automatically be applied to whatever you select at the end of turn. Now, as for hammers put into construction projects and then moved off the queue before being completed, the hammers do stick around there for a while. I'm not sure if they stick around forever. It's I guess something I'll have to look into or experiment with. But I did put a bunch of hammers into a no thanks, a barracks over in our capital a while back, so I wonder if they're still there. That's something I can definitely go and check on. Add to queue, go to barracks, and so as you can see, there still are, we still have 51 hammers sitting in that barracks, even though it wasn't sitting in our queue. And maybe at some point those hammers will degrade, but they've lasted for a while now. Okay, we just met Ethiopia. Happy to swap embassies with them as well. Keep nice friendly relations with the other continent, and we can have some good trade going. Okay, so that's it for shallow water. I'm not sure if I have much use left for this Pathfinder. I might go and either gift it or delete it. Since it's much closer to Byblos than it is to my territory where I could delete it for money, I might just gift him over to Byblos for a little bit of influence. Okay, met a city-state. Okay, Huatha wants to renew this deal. I may as well ask him for the full amount. Excellent. So we have a very nice pile of gold here, which will be good for buying city-states and perhaps some key buildings. Let's see about the city-states first. While this guy's got the gold bonus going, I might want to sink some extra influence into him. But first, let's go and donate this Pathfinder. I doubt there's anything else that I can look at over here. It's possible that there might be a shallow sea route over to the other continent somewhere here, but to explore much further, it looks like I'd need open borders with the Iroquois. Probably just ditch him to save on the maintenance. Okay, what's next? Everything seems to be in order. Now we're 6 turns away from education, so I'm definitely happy to see that. We can also make a purchase. We're only at 2 followers in both of these cities here, so I think I'll purchase a missionary to help things along. And finish the Colosseum. Let's go grab ourselves a temple, since once the missionary does its work, we'll be able to get some food off of that. Here's Syria. And let's... perhaps we should get a barracks rolling and then start pumping out troops over here. Alright. And... I guess this guy can go on trading post duty. Maybe we can slap up a lumber mill on that forested hill as well. Okay, so we've got a caravan back. Apart from Samarkand, no one else wants a trading route. Not really needing to get influence with them. If we do go to war, I'll probably just take them over instead. We could get a single science off of Babylon, 5 gold. 5 gold isn't bad. I'm not planning to go to war with Babylon right away. Then again, an internal trade route might be better if we go ahead and drop this guy over in Timok. We can start sending food to one of our other cities. Let's see what our options are there. So as far as food goes, our caravan can send 4 food. As far as gold goes, our best caravan options are for a mere 4.6 gold per turn, which is reasonable. Fine. We'll play nice for Babylon for another 30 turns. And here, let's go and gift this Pathfinder. Guess you can't gift embarked units. Looks like they're none too happy with Assyria. I'm perfectly happy to have the AIs fighting on the other continent, but I don't need to weigh in on that. A new policy. There's the guild finished. Let's also toss up the Writers Guild. And as for what we're working, let's get a little more food flowing. although that doesn't get us a new population any sooner. Fine. The next policy. We can go and enhance our gold gifts, since we will be spending gold to maintain those city-states, and that'll probably be more useful than the resting point, given that we are more interested in maintaining the city-states that we already have influence with. Okay, so when it comes to war, I'll either want to buy Samarkand or take it over, and I'll definitely want to maintain Congo, Geneva, and Byblos as allies. So to do that, going through philanthropy is probably the better option. Philanthropy it is. Okay, so now, looks like Pathfinders can't be gifted. Gift a unit? Interesting. Alright. Perhaps I will go and jump in the water then. Okay. Syria. And another city-state. Let's go spread our religion. Okay. These guys want a trade route. I'm happy with that. While we do have all of this gold, we may as well toss a little at these guys while they still have the bonus quest going. Do I want to spend 500? I'm not entirely sure. It does get me 10 extra influence compared to spending just the 250. Don't know. I do want to maintain them as allies. We have 10 more turns though before we need to make that decision. Okay, there's the aqueduct done. Let's go slap up a temple. And what tiles are we working? That's fine. Does my capital have a stable? It does not, and it's currently working 1, 2, 3, and potentially 4 stable enhanceable items. So let's go and actually use our gold to buy that stable. And we'll switch over, grab the sheep. That gets us a lot more production and speeds us up by a turn, so that's nice. And what's happening back here? That's fine as well. Spread religion. Great. Here, I think I'd rather have the mine since we've got plenty of food. And fine. And Elizabeth's gone and declared war on Assyria. The Iroquois are now allied with Byblos. So, I might want to pay them some gold to flip them back. Fine. There goes my gold reserves. Hopefully the Iroquois don't decide to use a spy to perform a coup, because that'll be quite the waste of gold on my part. And with our worker, we are running low on tiles left to improve. I guess we could slot a farm up over here. They want salt. Will you offer me full price? Yes, you will. But I am starting to run low on happiness myself here, so I think I'll hang on to the salt for now. Byblos wants porcelain. Okay, there's a Writers Guild done. Let's grab the university. And there's a barracks done. Let's go and grab a university first. But I do want to grab machinery so we can start pumping out crossbows. We should also get our workshops online. And getting another trade route would also be a good idea. But I think we can go machinery first. After we finish the university, I'll definitely want to start churning out crossbows over in Shoshone. Another city-state, and the end of our eastward exploration. If I do want to save on maintenance, I think I have enough workers for now. Okay, so there's the World Congress. I guess someone finally got the printing press online. Let's have a look at that. It was Ethiopia. And we can propose a resolution. There's no reason to anger Zulu at the moment. Scholars in residence might be good since we are at the bottom of the tech tree. And this would give us a nice bonus for probably any of the techs we would want to research. So let's definitely go and propose that. Temple done. Let's go grab a university. Both the shrine and the temple are providing us with food each, so that's nice. Let's lock that down, and why don't we switch ourselves over to science focus since there aren't any more hammer tiles for us to work. This way it'll prevent the governor from getting confused and putting you citizens to unemployed. Unemployed citizens, of course, produce one hammer, which is a pretty bad deal. Okay. So we're getting universities up soon in Agatica as well. We'll have universities everywhere. And then we'll switch over to the military plan. See if there's anything I can explore out here. Babylon has announced Assyria. What interaction could Babylon possibly have with Assyria? Alright, so let's, we've got 6 happiness, that's plenty. Let's get our university online. And okay, so the tile yields are fixed again. Pathfinder. We're actually fairly close to Assyria here. It's possible that there could be a coastal route over this way, I guess. We can explore that before we pay and or trade open borders with the Iroquois. In the meantime, though, I should probably... Well, I'll let my friendships with the Iroquois expire when they do, but in the meantime I should take advantage of being friends and see if there's anything I can sell. There isn't. Maybe I should take out a loan. Since I think I will be making someone on the continent angry at some point, I think the time to be friends, I'll let that expire naturally, and then we'll decide who we want to denounce. Likely the Babylonians first. Hopefully these guys will be embroiled in a war, and that'll use up a lot of their resources. Let's see if we can bribe Huatha into a war. What about the Babylon? Nope. Declare one, Nebuchadnezzar. 6 gold per turn, horses and open borders. Declare war on the Iroquois. Nothing. Okay, the Iroquois are now allied with Mombasa. Mombasa wouldn't be bad, since I do want some more food. Is there an easy way I can get silver? Huatha has 1 silver. So does Gandhi, and so does Ashur Banipal. But with only a single luxury, they're very unlikely to trade. A war with Huatha. If I wasn't currently friends with them, I would actually agree. The Iroquois are starting to run away with things, and they need to be slowed down. Hopefully the Zulu actually do go to war here. Maybe they'll be more receptive to being bribed into a war now. Okay, 5 gold per turn, 2 horses, and open borders. Yeah, I'll accept it. Excellent, so hopefully that'll distract the Iroquois for a little bit. There's our university done. Could go get our national epic rolling. The East India Company might not be bad either, but if I am planning to go to war soon, let's get that national epic online, and maybe go and employ some of the university slots. Yeah. Okay. Guess we may as well put some farms in on the desert, since our workers don't really have anything else to do at the moment. But in any case, I think I'll end part 3 here, since I'm not sure if I'll have time to post and play an episode on Saturday. You guys might be in for a treat, a double episode today, although it might be a double-edged sword since I'm not feeling the most energetic. I'm hoping this particular episode has still been pretty entertaining, but on to part 4 now, so any comments you post won't be addressed until part 5.